pretty much everything they accomplish in this movie can be accomplished with the after credit scene. If it was just that shoehorned into another movie with maybe a couple of flashbacks to explain who her sister is, that's really all you would need. With that said, I'm going to say the acting was great. Everyone, all the actors they had, what's his name? The guy from Stranger Things, incredible job. Everyone in this movie did their job great. Scarlett Johansson did a great job. Everything was great. All the fight scenes, they were really like technically well done, but in all honesty, I'm not a fan of that shit. I don't like this overly choreographed fight scenes where it looks more like they're dancing than they're fighting. Looks more choreographed. So I wasn't really a fan of that. Overall, I'm going to say I am not a fan of Black Widow. I regret buying it. And I unfortunately had my arm twisted by the other guy who was supposed to be doing this review with me.
Okay, so from what I'm hearing is they're saying that the movie was 3 years too late.
Okay.
They're saying if it was 3 years behind. They're also saying that the CGI seemed a little bit like little suspect, little sus. They're saying that they didn't give it the same kind of love.
I didn't find the CGI was bad at all. I didn't have any problem with the CGI. I don't think the timing had anything to do with it, but I will say that I felt that as a prequel, sometimes when you do a prequel, you can change the context of the movies that happen afterwards. And I felt that it did that. And I felt that it did it in a negative way. I felt that the things that happen after this is supposed to happen after Captain America or Civil War, Captain America Civil War. Okay. This takes place after Captain America Civil War. It's sort of a very self-contained episode. Like this doesn't really spill out. There's not a whole lot of we said maybe Loki will show up. Spoiler, Loki doesn't show up in this. There's no time travel. There's none of the characters I think are going to spill out. There's a new bad guy. They're not going to be in the next Avengers movie. There's nothing. The only thing that they really set up was, well, I'll get to that in a second. So with that said, they did change the context of Black Widow. They changed a bit of the character, her motivation for things. But I felt that they changed it in a negative way. I thought that this movie takes away from the way that she was perceived, and it makes the movies afterwards not make as much sense, in my personal opinion. The other thing that they did accomplish, like whatever. This is a spoiler. It's not a big spoiler, but essentially we all know that Black Widow dies, right? Well, let me ask you this. Have you ever had a job where you had to train your replacement?
No.
Well, that's what this is they basically said, hey, you're fired, but we're going to need one more movie to train your replacement. The whole movie is setting up her sister to be the new Black Widow. That's basically it. Her sister's a new Black Widow. They're going to go on. That's basically what they accomplished. It's all,
Man, they fucked that movie, eh?
Well, that's what it is. That's all it is.
Listen, you're a Marvel guy. Where would you want? Where I want to see her is I want to see her as a child. I want to see that progression. If I'm going to watch a prequel, that's what I want to see.
They do show a little bit of her as a child. A little bit.
I want her growing up. And then what they did was they talked about her and Hawkeye in Budapest, like fighting. They were like in the first Avengers, like, hey, it's like Budapest. I figured they would have went to at least there.
Yeah, I don't know.
They fucking dropped them. It sounds like they dropped the ball. And people are saying and people are saying, not yourself, but
sorry, go on.
People are saying that they feel bad for Scarlett, that she didn't get the movie she should have got.
Well, to be honest, I'm surprised because I do sometimes when I do these reviews, I like to go out and see what other people are saying. I'm surprised by the generally positive reviews that I'm seeing, the overwhelming amount of reviews that are positive. I thought, in the MCU, the ranking of the MCU, I would say the lower end of them are Thor, the first movie, and Iron Man 3. Enjoyability, I would put them somewhere in around that, the bottom end of the MCU.
So hang on one second.
I'm gonna say the main reason I would put this movie below those is because there are things that happen in those movies that contribute to the MCU. And I would say that this movie actually detracts from the MCU. It actually feels like the things that happen by the end of this movie make things happen in the MCU make less sense. Whereas in those movies, the things that happen, even though they're not enjoyable movies, they're all not enjoyable movies, that the things that happen in those other movies contribute and add to the MCU.
Okay, see, so I've got love for Thor, the first Thor.
Okay.
I got love for it because you see Loki and you see that. The Thor is a Dark World.
Yeah.
I don't even remember that fucking movie. Like I've seen it. That's my only thing. And then Iron Man 3, really, eh? Yeah. People like Iron Man 3, but hey, if that's where you're putting it, I'm not going to argue it. I'm not arguing your point on Iron Man 3. I'll give it to you.
I think people, I would just say Iron Man 3 is on the bottom of the MCU if you were to rank them all. Another thing that a lot of people have actually already gone and put this fucking on blast on Facebook is the cover of Smells Like Teen Spirit at the beginning is awful. My review that I put on Facebook is stupid and contagious is exactly the reviews that I'm going to hear from people who think that it's positive, because I know everybody's going to go, oh, I love Smells Like Teen Spirit. They did a cover. It sounds like the fucking Cranberries covered it. They took out all the music. It's just this slow sort of like emotional, and they say the words, I feel stupid and contagious, and there's like this like provocative music in the background, and there's no rock whatsoever. I don't think the reason that song was good was the lyrics, and that's really what this song is. It's almost just the spoken word with a little bit of music.
Yeah. So we're on the same page. Let's talk about Smells Like Teen Spirit for a sec.
Sure.
The reason that song was so popular was because we were coming out of the 80s. So we were out of the pop metal and the fucking glam rock and all this shit. Then we came in with the raw sound from like almost a garage band. Yeah. Whatever he said, it took us 10 years to decipher anyways.
Yeah.
Like so by the time we got it, it was fucking awesome because it was a good beat.
Yeah, that's it. I'm going to say the reason Smells Like Teen Spirit was good was because it fucking rocked. And if you go back and you read the lyrics, it's all fucking nonsense. I've heard interviews with Kurt Cobain say he just took pieces of poetry here and he sort of Frankensteined the lyrics into something that is complete nonsense, but he put it to a good beat, put it to a good song. A lot of people think it was stolen from More Than a Feeling, which is just More Than a Feeling with a little bit of extra fucking distortion on it. I don't know. I'm not going to get into that. But with that said, the music was what made that song great. It wasn't the lyrics. This is them sort of making it this poignant, emotional, lyric-driven with the lyrics nonsense. I thought it was trash. I thought it was terrible, but I'm sure that everybody that goes to see this movie is going to go, oh, my heart. Oh, what they did with Smells Like Teen Spirit. It touched me. It was such an emotional song. I love it. It's going to be on my playlist forever, but it's fucking trash. And I just, like I said, stupid and contagious is exactly what I expect the reviews of this song to be like for the next little while. Awesome. That's it. That's all I got.
You know what? Thanks, man. I'm going to go listen to the song and I'm not going to watch the movie.